Just to conclude on what he was saying, for about 2 minutes, I'll just play a little bit of what the NDIC boss was talking about possible fraud, asking the president to probe the affairs of the NDIC, pretty much the law that was signed by former President Muhammadu Buhari. Now, here's what Abdul Hakim Abdul Latif, the new board chairman of the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation, was talking about. It says a lot about the NDIC Act of 2006 and, of course, the new bill. And if you're wondering how this came into be, it did take out time to go on Facebook Live, all right, to do this. Literally, no press, no anybody. He sat in front of his own phone camera and recorded this 18 minutes plus detailed messaging without being interrupted or as regards or doctored or in any way. So it was done live, okay? So just listen a little bit. Well, let's conclude on this.
Cover their property by which they can transfer their deposit to their own, microfinance institutions. I tell you, Nigerians, let's cry out. Let's cry for this nation. Let's cry. Let's cry. There's corruption. There is vices. We must shout. We must not allow it to see the light of the day. Mr. President, don't act. Don't act on the new NDIC Act. Probe it. Go to the bottom of it. They have paralyzed the Ministry of Finance. They have removed the Ministry of Finance from supervising. They have removed the power of Mr. President from appointing those whom he finds competent. And now they have subjected the deposits of Nigerians to danger. So you will find it difficult. That is why many banks that have closed several years ago, you cannot collect your money.
This is Morning Crossfire.
All right, well, that clears things up. But he started, of course, his message with, if you kill me, I will tell Nigerians my mind. All right, well, that's an extensive message there from Abdul Hakim Abdul Latif. I'm sure if you go to his Facebook page, you'll see the full part of that. And he's made it a public call with regards to that. Here's another dramatic point of view you want to listen to. The chairman of GUWN, let me get the full meaning of the acronym now, under the aegis of George Ubo Whistleblowers Network, Dr. George Ubo, says that he was detained for 100 days in 2019, after he exposed a forex scam by the embattled former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. Here's what he said with regards to his own experience with Emefiele. Okay.
This is Morning Crossfire.
From the Federal Ministry of Finance's Whistleblower's Office to the Federal Ministry of Justice, caption, Ray. Investigation report on alleged depletion of Nigeria External Reserve by MTN, IBTC Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, in collaboration with CBN officials to the tune of $25.6 billion. In it, GUWN was recognized as whistleblowers, and the Ministry of Justice was requested to furnish the Ministry of Finance the details of the legal action taken towards the recovery and remittance of the sum of $25.6 billion. Pages 32 and 37 are letters from Godwin Emefiele-led CBN to MTN and its bankers, fining MTN and its bankers aggregate of $8.1 billion for the same fraud allegation of $25.6 billion. Certainly, Emefiele's report is self-serving because CBN officials were neck deep in the fake certificates of capital importation, CCIs, the predicate offense which originated from the CBN on which the fraud allegation is premised. I hereby posit that the correct figure is $25.6 billion, that is $25,698,363,716.40, which was investigated by a seasoned bank fraud examiner. The collateral loss to Nigeria if Emefiele had pushed for the prosecution and implementation of the extant CBN regulation is $25.6 billion times 10, which is 256.9 billion US dollars.
This is Morning Crossfire.
Oh, I'm worried I can't keep up with all the information I do have for this morning. As always, there's always a lot more to share. But that tells you a little bit about Dr. George Ubo, who is representing a network of whistleblowers. He was detained, according to him, for 101 days in 2009 following the Forex scam, where he literally says there are things to really know about this. It talks about they exposed the Emefiele's corruption regarding Forex fraud of over $3 billion US via letters written to Emefiele this says on the 1st of April 2009. It said the day Emefiele appeared before the Senate for screening and clearance for his second tenure. He said he was arrested in his Maitama office and detained for 101 days. Then the chief judge of the FCT, Ishak Bello, refused to hear his bail application. Then DIG Mike Ogbizi verbally denied him bail and after he fulfilled his administrative bail granted to him by his men at the 4CID. So he's saying that the president, Bola Tinubu, GCFR, should direct law enforcement agencies to work with whistleblowers in order to solve crimes, swifter, trace and recover mind-boggling funds stolen or trapped. Meanwhile, let me turn our attention to the 10th National Assembly. The inauguration is going on and there's some argument building up on the floor. Take a listen.
It's a purely an academic exercise. So why should we waste our precious time? Why should we? Yes, because it is Section 60 of the 1999 Constitution as amended gave us the power, gave the Senate the power to regulate its proceedings. And based on Section 60 of the Constitution, these rules were made. As Order 3, Sub-Rule 2, Sub-Rule 1, 2, and 3 is very clear and unambiguous as to who is eligible to be president of the Senate. So we must go by the literal interpretation of Order 3, Rule 2, Sub-Rule 1, 2, and 3. The Constitution is the grand norm of the land, and therefore we should abide by the provision of the Constitution. Because
and then that's just a little bit of what's going on the floor of the National Assembly, where they are having the inauguration exercise and they're relying on the same book. Do you remember the red book? Oh, yes, there's a red book that guides the affairs of the Senate, and that's been quoted back and forth. Quite a number of senators-elect are standing up, of course, to show their displeasure around the methods to be used. I'd like to take your calls. Call me up right now as we continue to wade in and out of what's going on the inauguration floor from there in the Senate, where the clerk is trying to get everybody to be orderly, in order to follow through with these proceedings. I'll take some of your calls right away. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Femi D.
Yes, good morning. Welcome.
My name is Godfrey.
Godfrey, Senator Abo is showing no measure of restraint, is really furious. Okay, go on, please.
Just like me. Anyway, I heard what the NDIC boss said. But you know what I have to say about him? I wonder why he had to wait all this while. Yet he's beaten.
Oh, by the way, it's the new NDIC boss. It's not like he's been waiting all this while. It's new.
Anyway, even him, he was in position somewhere. He knew about this. He didn't raise any dust until now because the man has gone. And perhaps when the man was in power, he used to go to him, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Mm.
And now he's telling us he's bold, he can do anything, he doesn't feel fearless. Why didn't he say it? He's a coward. And a traitor or a betrayer.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's your viewpoint on this. Okay. Is he a coward with regards to that? Now, there are many things you can imagine. I'm sitting here to combine everything I can around all that is going on in our national life simultaneously. Okay, before I take on the call, listen to this.
So,
Yes, another argument building up.
I second the nomination on the floor raised by Senator Abo.
All right. So proceedings going on. Okay, who's with me? Good morning to you.
Thank you, Dr. Femi D. Good morning.
Good morning.
Femi is my name.
Welcome. Good to have you on.
Thank you. See, I don't know how we were, but thank you for playing this clip. Thank you so much. See, I'm so grateful. And those that are making case for Emefiele, I think they will have a rethink now. The problem is not about Naira policy redesign. It's not about terrorism now. We can hear homogous corruption going on under this person. And somebody is coming out to say the man kept quiet all this while. When you know power, if you are with power, you can do and undo. And in this country, and it will take the grace of God to be safe. So now, are you now telling me the man should endanger his life and come out when these people still have the power? I think the right thing to do is to come out now and say whatever he know when he know that these people cannot do him anything. Thank you. God bless you, Uncle Femi D.
All right. Thank you too. God bless you. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Femi D.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, I'm Pius calling from Maraba.
All right. Welcome, Pyrus.
Yeah, God bless Mr. President.
Yes, welcome.
For the good work he is doing under corruption.
Mm.
And congrats to Akpabio in advance.
Okay.
Thank you. God bless Nigeria.
God bless you too. New president, new job to do, including dealing with the National Assembly inauguration, where the shouting match keeps getting intense.
Yeah, what you can see on the floor there is...
Okay, so there are more senators, those who are returning, and of course those who are sitting puts, being told to keep it calm. But no, they are saying the rules are the rules. There are no rules that necessitate a different method based on some certain candidates, but it is an intense shouting match. Now the senator-elect from Kano, from the NNPP is speaking, is giving much of his own narrative and, of course, measure of displeasure about the affairs going on. I'll take more calls before I step away to talk to Bremen City this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to have you on.
I had, anyway, the NDIC person is the type of Nigeria we want. He's been playing wisdom about. And by the way, my name is Dr. Pius from UK South.
All right, Dr. Pius, yes.
He's the type of Nigeria we want. He has rightly said the right thing. And here is somebody calling him coward. What would have done a special whereby his hands are tied? Thank you.
All right. But that's, I mean, I don't know. How do you rate a coward? And by the way, I keep saying it clearly, that message was not doctored. It was not censored. It was not caught here and there. The NDIC boss spoke directly on Facebook with regards to the conduct of his affairs and why you feel strongly things have not gone the way it should as well. All right. Good morning to you. Oh, that is stay true. Let's give some few calls a chance, okay? Let's listen to this. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, what class, Dr. Femedi Amale?
Yes.
I am humble self, Abubakar Ali, aka Tinubu Pekin, calling from PW Kubwa.
All right,
Mr.
welcome.
Femedi, what has the spokesperson for the Northern Elders Forum said that was wrong and that was against the rules? Somebody call and insult our parents and insult our elders in the north that they lack wisdom. It's either he doesn't understand the meaning of the word wisdom or he doesn't understand its applicability. We cannot stand and watch people come on air and insult our leaders.
Easy,
please.
We
respect our parents. We protect our parents. We go to any length to protect our parents.
Take it easy.
Mr. Femedi, it's unfortunate.
I am pleading with you to take it easy, please. Take it easy.
I cannot insult anybody's parent, and I will not stand anybody in front of our parent. We will protect them with the
I think we'll give you some time to just cool off, okay? Time to cool off with regards to that. All right, back to the inauguration. Okay, well, shortly after, I'll be speaking to the team from Bremen City. They need to be in about 2 minutes to have this conversation with me. But the 10th National Assembly inauguration is ongoing, and the affairs there seems really intense. So as we have it now, what we can confirm to you is that Ali Udume nominates Godswill Akpabio as Senate President, while Elisha Abo has nominated Abdulaziz Yari as Senate President. That is how that is going at this time, this very morning. That's how this is going at this time, this very morning, as we have it. Okay, so let's keep up with some of the affairs there while we speak to the team from Gremont City. They come on in a short while from now as well. This very morning. What's the time?
No. So I'll proceed. The clerk to the National Assembly, I now proceed.
This is a sponsored program.
Nothing breaks the news like the news. Trust me, I can prove it. I do it every morning on Morning Crossfire from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Nigeria Info 95.1, and I'm Femi Amede. Join the biggest conversation around the national politics every day in a way that is trustworthy, full of passion, and yes, covers the biggest politics and the stories that matter to you. See, you have all the reasons to find out what's going on in Nigeria and be engaged differently. Let's talk. That's the way to go, even this morning.
This is Nigeria